Welkom bij de MaveCast, yes. Welkom bij de MaveCast, yes. Welkom bij de MaveCast, yes. De nummer 1 podcast van Nederland. Welkom bij de MaveCast, yes. Welkom bij de MaveCast, yes. Welkom bij de MaveCast, yes. De nummer 1 podcast van Nederland. Yes. Yes. Yes, de nummer 1 podcast van Nederland. Yo, 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 welkom bij de MaveCast.
Yes.
De nummer 1 podcast van Nederland. De meest gespierde podcast
van Nederland.
De meest intelligente podcast
van Nederland.
Je weet toch, yo, 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 we zijn weer terug met een splinternieuwe aflevering. Deze keer gaat de MaveCast internationaal. Want mijn gast, die komt uit Amerika. Dus ik denk dat dat heel leuk is om het interessant te houden met de topics. Hoe mensen uit Amerika-land over dingen in Nederland denken. En het is leuk, want het is een vrouw. Dus dat betekent dat ze waarschijnlijk hele andere ideeën, gedachtes en meningen heeft dan ik heb. Waarschijnlijk allemaal miljarden kijkers. Er is 1 catch. We gaan spreken in het
Engelse.
Yes, we're gonna speak English.
Yeah, we're doing,
So
my Dutch is shit, so we're not going there.
So everybody is able to hear my amazing English. How good and perfect. I think my English is even better than your English, to be honest.
That's cute.
Because I speak English and you speak Americanish.
Americanish.
So,
that's not a thing.
I guess it is.
It's not a thing.
I make it a thing.
What the fuck is that? Americanish?
Americanish. It's like English but butchered.
Butchered.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we're just gonna. I think we're gonna start it lighthearted. You know.
Okay. Wholesome.
Yes.
Wholesome.
Wholesome.
I like wholesome. Wholesome
yes,
is
and
nice.
we are wholesome people. High five.
High five.
We are wholesome people over here.
Wholesome. I like
so, what if you compare the Netherlands to America?
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that stand out the most?
Your roads are too small.
So,
small.
Can you like give an idea, like in which way the roads are like small compared to America?
So, of course, you have the left side and the right side of the road in America, and
yes,
we have one-way streets.
Yes.
So, in my opinion, when we were like driving on the road, and what I consider a one-way street is a two-way street for y'all, and I felt like my life was in danger.
Yeah.
It's too small for 2 cars to be that close together. That's
okay. That's a good one. But isn't it more safe? Because yes, the streets are just a little bit tinier, but I heard that from you that the roads are better quality, like neat, less potholes in it.
Yes.
So doesn't it make it safer, even though it is smaller?
No.
But I mean,
I don't know. It's just they're so small.
It's a smaller chance you crash because the roads are better quality, so you don't.
It doesn't
get
matter
in a
if
crash.
it's better quality. It's just the quality of the
grip.
driver. In any way.
So if your car has more grip, it's probably safer.
That's
right?
tires.
And the cars are smaller, so that makes a road bigger. Yes, you bigger roads with bigger cars, so the sizes of the roads are probably exactly the same if you think about how big the cars are in America.
No.
If the roads are smaller in the Netherlands, then...
The cars are a little bit smaller, I'll tell you that. But at the same time, I feel like even with smaller cars on the road, my life was just in danger.
Okay. So, and another question. If you had the choice, like, what do you rather have? Like, that cars are, like, cheaper to buy, or that cars are more expensive, but the roads are better quality? What do you prefer? Is it difficult? For me, it's not difficult. But
well, I know because y'all pay a tax, right? When you buy your vehicles.
Yes.
for the roads.
Oh,
so
we always pay. Yeah, also for the vehicles, but we also
yeah,
pay
but
a
I'm
lot
talking
of
about like
taxes.
on top of
Yeah.
all the taxes and registering your vehicle that you pay extra money for the upkeep of the roads and stuff, which is cool. Which I think that in all honesty, I wouldn't mind. Hey, for the construction of roads and stuff, but I don't know. There's so many different moving parts about it.
I rather have like a beautiful car. Fuck the roads. Give
Fuck
me
the
a nice
road.
car.
Yeah, though, but then you get a nice car and then you have like just shitty roadways,
So do you know
potholes.
Do you know what's a thing that I really annoy in the Netherlands? Not even only to America, but compared to Germany even.
Okay.
So what really annoys me, and some ridiculous, stupid people I know in the Netherlands think it's a good thing because they are retards. What I really hate is that you cannot buy liquor at gas stations.
That's the dumbest legislation I've ever heard.
See?
That is the dumbest legislation I've ever heard.
Yeah, I like, and always when I tell it to people I work out with or hang out with, and most, not all, some people are smart, but a lot of people I talk it, yeah, but you're not gonna drink while you drive, and I think that's the most, analogy is the word, right? I think that's the most stupid, I don't know, is analogy that?
Yeah.
Analogy to say, because you go to the supermarket, if you buy liquor, a lot of times you're doing groceries in your car. You go to the supermarket, buy some beers or whiskey or whatever, and then you drive home and drink it. So what? Are they gonna say like, no, you drink, you buy liquor in a supermarket? No, so in that, with that analogy, what they say, you cannot buy, you shouldn't be able to buy liquor in the supermarket because if you're at your car, you're gonna drink it, right? Or does it make sense what I'm saying?
No, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. And especially like for all of my American viewers, legislation in the Netherlands is that you cannot buy alcohol, and that's all types of, not beer, wine, in gas stations. And in my opinion, regardless, you have alcohol that you are putting into your vehicle to transport. So regardless in any sense, you could still possibly go to the Lidl, go to the Albert Heijn, get yourself a bottle of wine and start sipping on that while you're on your way home. Who knows? Maybe you just got off work, and it's still the possibility of doing that. So I don't think that it's plausible for it to be like, yeah, this is right. I'm like, no, it's the dumbest legislation.
So so every fucking idiot, I need to look at my list. I don't remember. I know it. Every idiot I know that says, yeah, but you're not gonna drink it, so why would you be able to buy it? Yo, think about this. You're late, you're on your way home, or you want to go to a birthday, and I forgot to buy a bottle of wine or something. Oh, and the shops are gonna close, so I cannot go. Then you're happy that you can still go to a gas station to buy a cheap bottle of wine or something. And now you can't. And so everybody who says that, no, but you're not going to drink in your car, that's a ridiculous remark. Because when you go to the supermarket, you can also buy liquor. You're not going to drink in your car either way. I mean, at least I hope so. I mean, I could do it. I could probably drink 5 beers and be sober enough to drive home. But I have no car license anyway. But I think, you know what before I keep talking. So for everybody who thinks it's a good
legislation.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
That's a good one.
I know. That's why I have it. So, what else was I going? Oh yeah, do you know what I think they should do? I think it's difficult to do, but maybe they should make like when you get your maybe yearly or after a few years, when you get your car license, that they test how much someone can drink, and then per person they should like say, okay, you can drink more, so you can drink 4 beers. Because now in the Netherlands it's like this: you can drink 2 beers. As a starting driver, you can't drink anything, I think. But when you're like driving for a while, then you can drink like 2 beers.
Well, from what I know, in the United States, you have to take a sobriety test. If they suspect, I think, that if you are under the influence or anything. They give you just like a sobriety test. And I'm pretty sure that when you blow into it, if you're BAC, which is I think blood alcohol
yeah, we have the same thing.
Is over 0.08, then you're getting ticketed or arrested.
I think we have that too, or 0.05, 0.09, something like that. We have it too.
But I think it's something like that. But I'm pretty sure that it's 0.08. If you blow over 0.08, then I think that you're going to jail and you're getting like a DUI or a DWI.
Yeah, we have something like that too. But then it's you can also say like 2 beers. But yeah, it is the promille. I don't know how to say it in Dutch, but it's the amount of liquor in your blood, in your system. Yeah, that depends. But when you're a beginning driver, then they don't allow you because then you're not seasoned enough, I guess, like chicken. That's an amazing.
I'm pretty sure when it comes to that, it's 0.08 regardless of your age. I don't know.
So that's better in America.
I'm pretty sure it's 0.08.
Maybe that's not better in America because most people who start out driving are younger. So,
16. You can start. I think you can get your permit at 16.
Yeah, here it's 18.
Shit.
But you can drink younger, I guess.
That is true.
Yeah. So what would you have? What would you like more? If you were like 18 and could drink, or get your car license around 16? You have to choose one or the other. What would you prefer?
I don't know. I feel like maybe I guess it's biased from what I say because of where I grew up, and I grew up in a more rural area. So basically you kind of like you need a car to get around. So I'd be like, hey, I want to get my license and I want to be able to drive so I can be able to like get around and do stuff. So I didn't really grow up in I didn't grow up in the country, but from where I grew up at, you kind of need a car to get around. So that still trying to get my permit at 16.
And like in the Netherlands, you can wait a little longer because you can almost go not everywhere, but you can do most places on your bicycle. Yeah. It eventually gets too far, but then you have like train stations and buses. I hate that stuff, by the way, but hey, I'm allergic to it.
But it's kind of weird though because especially just with the aspect of you have to be 21 years old to drink alcohol in the United States, and that's in whatever state you're in, versus, okay, fine, I'm gonna give you a uniform and you can die for this country at 18 years old, but hold on, I'm sorry, but that's a little too much. You're crossing the line trying to it's kind of weird on that aspect where, you can fight for your country or like fight for the United States and go to war, lose a limb, basically die, but then like if you want to have a beer with your buddies, that's...
Hey, if you're allowed to go to war and die, you're at least allowed to destroy your body with liquor. Come on. Right? Come on.
Have the choice to destroy your body.
Yeah.
I get, it's a little...
ridiculous.
It's kind of ridiculous. And regardless, especially from just my experience growing up, Americans are drinking at 16, 17.
Yeah, but
regardless.
In the Netherlands, everybody starts drinking. I think in households, they say you can drink around 16. I'm not sure. But it doesn't matter because you can do in your own household whatever the fuck you want.
But in the Netherlands, that's legal, right?
What's illegal?
Like 16?
It's illegal to buy alcohol, but I think in your own house, if your parents allow it, you're still allowed to drink.
Oh. But that's the thing
and
about it.
And if it's not allowed, it doesn't really matter because you can drink liquor in your own household. Well, the police are not going to knock on your door.
But I'm pretty sure that there is different legislations for just different states. Because I think there is something about my coworker is from Texas. And I'm pretty sure I think that a parent can buy alcohol from mine. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't really know, but I think that there's like I think with some states there are a few loopholes here and there, but I'm not really sure, to be honest. So.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Like, I have the feeling that America is not really more of a country than, like, let's say it like this: America is so big. Like, you said that like a state is bigger than the Netherlands.
I'm pretty sure that the Netherlands is the same size as Rhode Island.
And Rhode Island is a state.
It's a state.
Yes, state. Okay. So if we say, isn't Europe just like America? If you think about it, Europe. What if we say Europe is a country and every country in Europe is a state? Wouldn't it be like super close to America? Isn't it the same aspect then?
You could say, yeah.
And because America, like every governor can do their own thing. Like you can already see it like with COVID and Corona.
Well, yeah, that's also the thing about it is because they left, I think, mask mandates and things of that nature to the states.
Yeah.
So, and that's how like you can see how divided, the United States is because, like originally I'm from New York and I'm pretty sure that they still have like mandates and things of that nature. But me moving to Florida, there is no mask mandate. It's optional. Things are kind of more or less back to normal, you could say.
Yeah.
So versus I drive 5 hours to Atlanta and then Georgia and, you need a mask to go in here. This place is going to close early. Or I go 5 hours in the opposite direction and I'm in Louisiana and I need to see your vaccine card if you want to eat at this restaurant type, things. And of course things are changing a lot, but it's insane on how you cross state lines and it's a different world almost,
Yeah.
So.
And that's why I feel like that you could say that like America is like Europe, or Europe is a country. Doesn't really matter. That's one of the things I think. I had something else I was gonna say, but I just don't remember it at the moment. Like, what was else a big difference compared to the Netherlands, compared to America? I had a good one. It doesn't really matter. It will come up eventually, then I throw it in there. But one thing I noticed, like I always in the beginning, I wasn't really into politics myself and stuff. But what I noticed in the beginning, I was always more leaning left. But I have the feeling that it was all like propaganda. Because most schools are leaning left. Most things on TV, on what you watch on TV is leaning left. Especially comedy shows. It's crazy.
Okay.
But since the COVID stuff happened, like that I see like worldwide everything happening, that almost all countries follow the same plan or close to it. Or some countries do the same thing just a little earlier. That like all politicians, like presidents and also the president from the Netherlands and from different countries, almost all those countries say Build Back Better, the Great Reset, so what I was gonna say is like, I have the feeling, in my opinion, that the left is more right than what I thought the right was. So lately, I'm not left wing or right winger, but I'm leaning more right because I totally do not believe in all those COVID things. And you said you live in Florida, and Florida is more open than other states. And Texas is also more open. So what I'm seeing is that all the states that are more open are right-wing states. And if people look at the numbers, then they see that the numbers are not worse or not a lot different, or sometimes even better than the states who have all those mandates. So what do you think about that?
Well, first of all, if we're going to talk about politics, I think when we come to, because I know especially like in the Netherlands, I said Netherlands, Jesus.
Doesn't matter.
Tomato. In the Netherlands, that y'all have a bunch of parties.
Yes.
Right?
I don't even know how many, but too many.
So, in the United States, it's either you're left or you're right. In my opinion, I think both sides are fucking up royally. Like y'all, that's how I feel. Like I kind of toe the line in the middle where I feel like I don't, like, yeah, I resonate with the left with some things. I kind of sometimes resonate with I'm not really super right either, I'd say. But at the same time, some things that they do say, I'm like, okay, fine, y'all are making sense. But at the same time, it's like you can see both the crookedness of both fucking sides. And then everybody just going insane saying left, right. And I'm just like, y'all are both fucking wrong. And we need some type of guidance in general as a country. But
so you think they're both like equally bad, or do you think one side is worse from those?
I think that
just be honest, what you feel.
I think that the right side is more openly I guess honest with their views, I guess.
So okay. So you have the feeling that the left wing is more sneaky, more backstabbing.
I think so, because sometimes, like, you know, and I guess, like, the left side would be, like, more, I guess, liberal, you'd say, I think. And, you know, the right side would be like, oh, those fucking liberals, da-da-da. I'm like, okay, fine, at least you're open about it. But I feel like sometimes the left can give out the idea of, like, mass mentality on to try and... oh, well, you know, I'm not as bad as the right side, so, you know, like, we're more about change and da-da-da-da. But I'm like, but I can still see through your shit, and y'all are fucking crooked.
Like,
you know? Like,
like, I'm gonna say, like, I was something's leaning more left in the beginning, when I was not that smart. Not I'm saying I'm a genius now, I just know everything. But lately... I'm like I have the idea that the left is pushing so much, like the rainbow flag and LGBTQ. I think that is propaganda. And it shouldn't be in schools. It's in schools.
How the fuck is the pride flag propaganda?
It is propaganda.
How?
It's left-wing propaganda to push everybody. You have to believe this. You have to believe it in the way we like it. And if you don't like it... you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're a white supremacist, and you're a homophobian or homophobe or something like
Homophobic.
that. That's how they... Yes. I think mine sounds better, homophobian. Sounds like an alien race, to be honest. But that's how they feeling that the left is pushing those things.
Okay, so let's recap. We're gonna recap.
Like think about this. Like I work in a school.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's crazy because look at this podcast. This should be the number one. It is the number one. It's so successful. Why would he work in a school? I'm just a good person.
Giving back.
No, but so when I walk in the school, they have like they had like the toilet for invalids. I don't know if that's the right wording, but I don't know how to say it better.
Like a pamphlet.
No.
Like a poster?
No, yeah, like, you know the toilets for people who cannot walk, like toilets for invalids, right? Handicapped people
like
toilet.
handicap? Okay, a handicap.
And now they put like a sticker on it, like a sticker with all those gender logos. So now it's, I guess, a gender bed toilet room, I call it, because I cannot say bathroom. But isn't that like a little bit ridiculous or bad propaganda? That stuff, like, not that they have like a different toilet for handicapped people, but, or maybe people who are like, I don't know, transgender. I can understand that they maybe want a different bedroom, or but like, they shouldn't teach genders. They shouldn't push. Like, I don't understand. They have like also like the Purple Day or something, or the gay, or the not the gay thing,
Pride.
the coming out day and stuff.
Yeah, coming out
Those
day.
stuff shouldn't be in schools because that's propaganda.
How is the coming out
to normalize
propaganda?
it? And it's normal in a sense that you have to respect everybody and you have to tolerate.
Okay, so you do understand that like National Coming Out Day is kind of like on how we can reflect on how much we've changed as a person, and also on how we actually decided to start living our lives the way that we want to, and actually having the people, our loved ones around us, knowing that like, hey, you know, this is who I am and I don't have to pretend to be something else. And you got to understand that for some people, their coming out day was horrible.
Yeah, I believe that, but should it be in schools?
Why not?
A lot of people don't have anything to do with it. Why should they be? Because then you're in the school and everybody doing that. Oh, fuck, now I have to deal with this shit. I just want to go to school, learn what they need to learn and go home. I don't care what happened to the person. I hope they're okay.
Okay.
That's how I see it.
Okay, fine. If we go down to like schooling, I would say if it was starting in maybe middle school, and that's around like most people are going through puberty, and you know it's the hormones, the changing of the body, hair, da. Is that unacceptable to you?
In which way do you mean?
Like, I'm talking about middle school, so like grade 6 through 8.
Yeah, but what do you mean with the hormones? In which way?
So this is a time, like middle school is a time where, you know, you...
Around which ages are they then?
Like what? 12?
So what are you
13?
What are you talking about?
So it's like having, you know, understanding of just pride flag.
So that they teaching it in school, you mean? Around that time.
I mean, I don't even know if it's necessarily taught in schools, but maybe like just having like, you know, clubs and stuff, because like when I grew up, we had like the Gay Straight Alliance, so or GSA. You're giggling, but I'm being serious. Where it was a club where it was kind of like on how it was inclusive for everyone, and it was kind of just even when I was in college, basically it was people of, you know, all types of like sexualities and stuff, and then we would literally just sit down and talk. And just talk about, you know, being a straight ally or being gay, bisexual, lesbian, whatever.
I mean, if the children themselves want to form a group in schools, and schools allowed to be groups, I guess they can accept it after school hours.
But my thing is,
when the
like,
school is done.
Going from like how
it's like when you wanna maybe when you wanna have a chess club.
Yeah, like a club.
So I guess in that sense, I think okay, that's cool, but I don't think they should teach it in schools.
But
they shouldn't.
I think it's funny in the aspect of it being taught in schools, because when it came to my education, we were failed about. And I don't remember talking about my sexuality ever. So I don't understand like how people like it's being taught in schools now, when at least for me growing up, it wasn't taught in schools. I was failed when it came to like fucking sex ed. I had like one class about sex ed, and then in biology it was penis, fallopian tube, everyone giggled, and then it's like, oh, next fucking chapter.
I don't see what...
me growing up, I didn't get fucking condoms handed out to me. I didn't get things like that handed out to me.
Isn't that something for the parents to do?
But shouldn't there be some type of awareness or something?
I think you have like a health teacher in school. You can always go there to ask. And they
but that's the thing. What I'm telling you is that even with like my health teacher, we were failed. It was like a class.
Yeah, but like, how do you call a teacher you can go to with issues?
Like, a guidance counselor?
Yeah.
Why would I want to talk to my guidance counselor?
So why can they do that? Like, you cannot teach it, but if you want help, you can go to guidance counselor and he can talk to you and give something. What, is that weird what I'm saying?
It's kind of weird.
I
feel like that's like a lot for one job.
I think like teaching in schools can be, I mean, I had a little bit in school, but it wasn't nothing. I already knew everything, so it was useless to me.
But my point is that it's the aspect on, we're already, at least in America, and at least from the tiny little town that I grew up in New York, that we were completely failed. So I just don't see how much would really change if they want to try and include sexuality. I think it's a good idea only because it just brings awareness on, you know, okay, fine, just like how we need to know how like the fallopian tube works. Yeah, and etc. It's like, you know, there are different genders and sexualities.
Yeah, like you have two genders, and
I don't think there's only two genders.
See that, and that's where it goes wrong, because your gender is what you have. Like a guy has balls and a dick, a female has vagina, and of course you have some people who are born with both. Mm-hmm. So they mostly the parents choose. That's maybe not a good thing, but I guess they can choose. But besides that, you have only two genders, because the gender is the body you're born with, even though you feel like something else. And if someone feels like that, of course you have to respect it And of course they can do the life, but we have to be honest that if you're born in a man body, you're a man. If you're born in a female body, you're a female. At least that's how I think.
So what about
before you can say it, but that's why I don't like all those rainbow stuff. Besides the rainbow stuff, that's why I don't like the toilet they have in the school with all those gender logos, because those genders don't exist. So they're teaching in the school fiction.
So first we gotta draw a really big, bold line of there is a huge difference between sexuality and gender. So when we talk about the pride flag more or less is just a representation of the LGBTQ community, which is basically well, I guess we do have the T in there for transgender, but at the end of the day, it's more of just on that flag is kind of just on like sexuality. Does that make sense?
So that's a porno flag.
How is that a
sexuality? So the flag
sexuality is not.
So the flag talks about I like to fuck other guys. Oh, I like to fuck everything. That's what it says. Because all those genders and those genders are.
It's not gender. It's sexuality.
But sexuality and gender is.
It's not the same thing.
Why is it not the same
thing? It is not the. Oh my fucking god. Okay.
It is the same thing.
Gender.
Yeah, you can be a female.
Gender and sexuality
and you can like other females, but it's still,
Okay, I'll put it in. So, okay, how about this?
Your gender has to do with your sexuality.
No, it does not. Not all the time. Your gender does not always have to do with your fucking sexuality.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. Okay, fine.
Yeah, I'm laughing because I just think so different.
We're going to rewind it. So, what about people who transition? Like, female to male, male to female, like, people who transition. Like, do you consider them that gender? So let's say that I'm transitioning, I'm female, but then I transition to male.
Yeah.
Correct?
So
am I a dude?
Biologically, you're not a dude.
No, am I a dude?
Biologically, no, not really.
So
if I would hang out with you, I would like respect you and say, hey, what up, and act like you're a dude, but you're not a dude.
But okay, so the thing is,
you're still a female.
But then I'm a dude, I transition, and I date men.
So, but
what does that make me?
So, okay, wait, say it again. Okay.
I'm a female.
Yes, you're a female.
I transition, I am now a male. Okay?
You're not really
and
a
then,
male.
I am a female. I transition to a male. I date men.
So
I only date men.
So
what am I?
You're not really a male.
I'm a man who only dates men. No, that would make me homosexual. That would make me gay. No, that would make me gay. I am a man who only dates men.
So
I am a transgender man that only dates men. I am gay.
That doesn't. No, you're a
yes!
female.
No, that is not right.
Who ruined the body because you do this. Okay, think about it. You're a female. You transition to a man.
I'm a female.
And then you're gonna
I
go
am a fucking man.
Then you
at that point,
transition.
no, fuck you. At that point, I am a fucking man. I am a man, and I date only men. I am literally a gay transgender male.
Then biologically, you're still a woman, and a woman who made a big mistake because you could have stayed like a woman because you then date men. Whoa, that's a big mistake if someone does that.
How is that a big mistake?
Because you were a woman who liked men, so why would you transition to a man that's not really a man? That's a fake man.
No, you're a fucking man. That's it.
No.
Yes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If I am a female and I transition to a man, I am A, a male, and then B, I only date men. That makes me a gay transgender male.
So why, if a female transitions to a man?
Okay.
Why do... okay, no, say it like this. This is better. Why, if a man transitions to a female and they do sports against females, why do they destroy all the females in sports? Do you know why? Because males are stronger, faster, because their body is different developed, because they're a male, so it's unfair for the women and they don't stand a chance. Why is that? Because even though they transitioned, the difference is so big because they're still a man. Even though they take all kinds of stuff to change it, they're still a man.
No, I think that at the end of the day, they're female.
But, so you think...
Like, I get it with the hormone. Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, they're still a female.
So, do you think...
I will die on this hill.
So, so do you think that if I transition to a woman, that I should be able to compete against women? In sports?
In all honesty,
in honesty,
else,
I do running.
The fairness of it would be yes. That would be the fairness of it.
But it would be for who would it be fair?
It would be fair for you.
Yeah, but it would be unfair for all the women who are training for years who are getting destroyed because I'm still a man.
But at the same time,
so that's
in my
like
opinion,
ruining women's sport.
In my opinion, it's literally just like, okay, fine, this is a competition, this is what she can do, and how can I change myself to do better? And that's just like, in my opinion.
Maybe, okay.
But at the same time, I'm not gonna, even though, okay, fine, that is the fact that you were a male, but I'm still not going to strip you of your title saying that you are literally just a man in sheep's clothing just trying to win all medals. But no, you transition, this is who you are, and you are a female. So that's it. I'm not going to degrade you and be like, oh, it's not fair. Okay, like, yeah, you have an advantage, but I'm still not going to strip you of the title.
Yeah, but then eventually you would only have transgenders in the top, because all the born females cannot compete.
But I don't even find that to be true.
That would ruin sport. And isn't that unfair for females?
I don't
then
think,
they can get a living by sport,
but
it is ruined by men who are going to compete against females.
Because you're making it seem like it's just all of these transgender females are just taking over all the fucking sports. It's not even true. And the thing is like, there are also like, I think that it's just a change in the game on figuring out on...
It's starting to begin. They all of the sudden, all more men transitioning and winning. And it's getting more and more. And eventually it will ruin female sport. And I think it's so unfair.
But at the same time, you're saying it's ruining female sport.
Yes.
When invalidating that person who is now they're a female. They're transgender, but they're female.
So then I think...
It's still a female sport.
Okay, then I think they should allow steroids to make it fair. But that's not fair, because then the guys who transition to a female can use steroids, and that would make them even more to a guy. So I think that if they should just make a sport for only transgenders. A league for female transgenders, one league for male. Or maybe they can compete against each. No, they cannot, because if a female... Well, maybe it's possible that a female transgender can go against a guy transgender, because the guy... No, it is probably still unfair. I think they should make a separate league for transgenders.
I don't think... Since when did separate but equal ever do us right?
Yeah, but you have to make... You cannot have...
Separate but equal never worked out, especially in the United States. Do you know
what doesn't work out?
That's not... No.
Do you know what doesn't work out? Lying to ourselves that the world is equal. Lying to ourselves that the world is a nice, happy place. And
I never said that the world was a nice, happy place.
World is not fair. That's what I'm saying.
But at the same time, especially the United States had a really bad track record of trying to do separate but equal. And where did that land us?
Yeah, but think about
the civil rights movement.
But think about this. I'm not even going to talk about that. I mean, you could talk about it. But think about this. So you're trying to make it fair for people who transition, but then you create unfairness for the people who are born as a female in this case.
But then you're making it seem like
you're making a different problem. So you cannot get rid of the other problem, so you make a new problem.
How am I making a new problem?
You're making a new problem that females have no chance anymore to be professional athletes if transgenders are allowed to compete.
You're making it sound like women are just so fucking weak.
They are not weak.
Yes, that's what you're saying. That they're so weak that they can't train properly. Well, that someone who is transgender is gonna just fucking wipe the floor. Like, you have no hope for the females who fucking lift, who fucking are bodybuilders and who are athletes, that they're not strong in general.
So if Mike Tyson in his prime would like transition to a female, would you think that there was any female in that time that could beat Mike Tyson, if you even know any famous female fighter back then, by the way?
I don't know.
No, that female fighter would get killed. Murder. She's not even gonna survive one round.
Well, here's the deal. I don't even fucking watch boxing that much in general.
I just use boxing. It could be any sport. But I use boxing because, think about it. The biggest and best MMA fighter in the heavyweight division. If that guy is gonna transition and gonna fight against the strongest and best MMA fighter of the females, she's gonna get destroyed. That's so dangerous. That is dangerous. And I'm not saying, even though I believe that not all guys, of course you have guys who are weaker and you have females who are stronger, of course. But in the top level,
you think at the end of the day that guys will always win?
In top level. Let's say it like this. If you have guys and females on the street, most guys will win or beat most females, yes. But of course, you have exceptions. You have guys who are weaker, you have females who are stronger. Of course, there are females who are going to be able to beat guys. Of course, I believe that.
But I feel like you're painting a picture of even the women in the top are just still damsels in distress that are fucking weak as shit and still can't even try and hold their own.
I think a mediocre guy who trains a lot will probably beat a pro in the same thing.
Why?
Because guys just have an unfair advantage. And by the way, I'm not saying that guys are better as a human being.
You're basically, that's what you're saying.
No, because
that's literally what you're saying.
The world is more than physical. I'm only talking about physical. I'm not saying that guys are more intelligent. I'm not saying that females don't have good things. Females are most of the time more flexible than guys. It's just in a sports with strength that you don't have a lot of, So it's not. I'm not saying that guys are better, just better in different things. And in this sport thing about competing in a physical thing, most of the times guys are stronger. But think about it, females live longer. So there is a thing that the females got an advantage in. So, but I don't understand why I
think that we're digressing from the point of, at the end of the day, in my opinion, I think that the thing is, I feel like the way that you're talking about it, on how it's just this easy peasy lemon squeezy transitioning progress.
Okay.
So it's not like if this person's the top in his class and he's like, oh, you know what, I'm just gonna transition. It's not that easy to just transition, and that's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot that you have to do. That's a lot of change that you have to do to your body. So it's not like this night and day that, oh, you know what, all the top guys in boxing, you know what, they want to, or the mediocre guy that can train good enough, you know what, I want to win all the medals and I want to go to the Olympics, so I'm just going to transition. No, it's not. It's a lifestyle. This is like people who transition, that is their life. That is who they are.
Yeah, but they will still have an unfair advantage, and that's the problem.
But I feel like you're still negating the aspect that they're female.
Yeah, like
because I think that, because in the way that I'm hearing it is that even with saying that, yes, they've transitioned, oh well, they're still a man, they're still stronger, and that they're still
that's true.
And I feel like we're clouding the aspect. Well, I feel like you're clouding the aspect on that when this person transitions from male to female, they are a female competing with other females.
Yeah, but
and I get it that they've transitioned and that they did have testosterone before, but in my opinion, I don't. It's a challenge, and of course, like, other people are gonna be like, it's not fair, I want to win, but at the same time, I feel like I'm obviously not an athlete or anything, but it's just, adaptation of like, okay, fine, she's my competition.
Then
I gotta figure something out.
Then they should allow that only the real females can use steroids, and the female who transitions cannot. And then it will maybe be a little bit more equal, even though they're destroying their body and will die sooner. But I guess that's the thing for equality then.
So when people who transition are destroying their body.
Yeah, true. Also, there's also not.
Can you elaborate on that?
I was saying it about if the person
Hormones?
No. I was saying if the person who is born a female has to use steroids to compete against the transgenders, that person is destroying the body.
Oh, okay.
But I still think that it's probably not healthy for your body to transition. But that's not really important, because if you feel like you are a woman or a man and you want to transition, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not against that. People can do it. I just think we have to be honest to ourselves that there still should be some rules and differences, because the world is just not. It's not. You cannot make it fair. You can make it equal as possible.
I get that everything isn't sunshine and lollipops, and that the world is forever fucked.
Like
I get that we're humans.
I also don't believe that
there should be some level of respect and decency.
And I also think that the transition shouldn't start too early, because it's too dangerous. So
then, what age do you think that people should be able to transition?
The earliest 18.
18.
Yeah, it sounds bad, but when I am now like I'm 36.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm still growing up for my feeling. Yes, I'm an adult, but when I was 28, with a lot of things, I now think total different about a lot of stuff than I was 30. So I know eventually you're old enough to make decisions, but what I'm saying is, when I was 18, I was still a child. In my opinion, I was still not smart enough for a lot of stuff, and I even at 20. So I know. So that's why I say 18. Okay, because eventually, But if you start younger than that, there will be so many. In my opinion, not everybody, of course, but there will be so many people who will regret that decision, and I just think that is not smart. And besides that, yes, if you do it at a young age and it is total for you and it works out, great. That's amazing. That's good. But what if someone makes a decision to transition super young, and then eventually they come to find out, fuck, this is not how I felt, this is not what I needed to do, and now I can't go back because I ruined my body.
So when it comes to the actual act of transitioning, I'm not very knowledgeable on it. I can be honest about that.
I'm not knowledgeable.
But I think that it's not just this, you wake up one day, I want to transition, and then you go to your doctor, here are your hormones. Like, I don't think it's just that simple. Because from what I've been told from other people, which I don't know if it's true or not, that you have to go through just a process, therapy, etc., and quite a few, like, I guess, I don't know, just a lot of things that need to get done before they're like, okay, you know what, here you go, you can start transitioning. So if I don't know, someone who is, if we have these trained professionals or like therapists, psychiatrists who can identify, yes, if I sit down in front of my therapist and like the conversation, and if they can identify that, I'm like, hey, this is the best thing for you,
mm-hmm.
Then if I would say like around puberty, I don't know, it's just that, like, for me in general, it's like when you hit puberty-esque, it's like you kind of
like, I guess that could be the case.
When you hit puberty, it's like you and what
I guess in some
what
cases,
you're growing into. So I would say, like, I know it's never always that black and white. There are shades of gray.
That's what what I'm afraid of. That some cases, but some not. So you think if the doctor says that person really knows, then it could be?
It's a trained professional, absolutely.
Maybe.
And I'm talking about 15, 16, and around that primal.
I think that's so young.
Age.
I mean, if you're 15, 16. How much does it hurt to wait 2 or 3 years? To be honest, there's nothing.
I don't think that's just nothing.
Or or I'm gonna help you. Or do you think because they're in the development and younger that it helps them to become more what they want to be? Like, if you're a guy, you are developing from 16 probably until 18 or 20. So do you think that's why they should do it around 15, 16, because it helps stop the development of becoming a boy if they want to be a female?
I don't even. It's not even. That's
because
not my.
That's
not
something.
my argument. That's not my argument.
No,
though.
but that is something.
My argument is that around that age is just mentally most of the time, and it's not everybody, but when you're going through puberty and your body is changing, and just you want to change into what you want to be, I guess. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not, for me in general, I'm not transgender, but
no,
just
but I just think it's a slippery slope. And that's why I think there should be rules 18, maybe even older, but hey, who am I? But that's how I feel about it.
You were lucky enough to be born into the body that you resonate with.
Yes.
So
a male, not a cis male. I don't know what that means, but a male.
Cisgender is just the term of you were born male and you resonate with that. That's
so you don't have a cis female.
Yeah, we just say cis.
Yeah, the
cisgender.
The cis is ridiculous. I don't know where it came from. It was never there, and all of a sudden everybody's cis. I'm not a sissy, so I'm not a cis. I don't want that in it.
Well, it's not with. It's spelled
the sissy was a joke.
It's spelled with a C, not a S.
Yeah, it was a joke.
I know, but still.
I have a video I want to show you.
Okay.
And I want to see what you think about it. Yeah. I think the guy in the video has some good points.
What is this about, gender or sexuality?
Oh, you will see. And you will see. And then you can say, then you can react to it, what you think. Yeah. But I think he has good points. So.
Cool.
First, I'm gonna do to the video. Which one? I'm gonna go to this one.
But the big picture here is women do earn less in America because they choose to. They would rather go to their daughter's piano recital than stay all night at work working on a proposal.
What?
So they end up earning less. They're less ambitious, and I think this is sort of God's way. This is nature's way of saying women should be at home with the kids. They're happier there.
I hope that your viewers do not take you, sir, seriously.
There's a great book you should read. It's called Why Men Earn More, and it's all about women choosing to put family over work, and that's why they earn less.
Having a choice does not mean that you're less ambitious, and your comments are absolutely deplorable. Sean, I would like
less ambitious in the workforce.
I would like you to adjust it. You're a father. You have a daughter.
If you were a real feminist, you would support housewives and see them as the heroes, and women who work wasting their time.
You said that women are less ambitious.
Women are less ambitious.
You have also said that women are better suited in the home.
Yes,
You've also said that, that women are emotional and women shouldn't run for public office. All of these things that just
I never said women shouldn't run for public office.
Yes, you have. You've said that
before. If we're talking about 50% of the population, generally out of this 250 million people or 150 million people, most women are happier at home. They are pretending that they like working, and they're not making money because they don't stay all night at the office. They don't go the extra mile. They don't work all weekend. You're making a mistake. You would be much happier at home with a husband and children.
Oh, boy. Oh,
I mean, I'm literally
You just said you're single. You don't have a boyfriend. You're what?
That's
you're celibate?
my choice.
Yeah, look, you're miserable. You would be so much happier with kids around you tonight. Imagine coming home. Mommy's home.
You know what, Gavin? You're not funny. You're not what you.
So, what do you think?
You do not do anything for the better. Sean, this isn't funny.
Do you agree?
wonderful.
Fuck no.
Women were much happier
No?
when they
Fuck
were,
no.
when housewives were
Guess
glorified.
what? I had a choice to be married, and I chose not to. I have a choice to have
You made a
kids.
mistake. We'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
I think that your guest here is doing a disservice to all of the viewers and to doing a disservice to America by saying that women, that I need to be married, that I would be happier at home. That you're what, miserably married? Just because
No, I'm
just having
ecstatic.
a
I'm
ring
trying
on.
to share my joy. You should see my little
Not
2-year-old.
everybody has the
gift.
same life pattern as you,
I know,
okay?
it's the fall
And not
of-
everybody wants to
it's
marry
the death
somebody
of the
in a
Western world.
bootleg seersucker suit
the end of
and go home to that.
civilization.
I don't want to go home to that.
You don't have to go home to me. Go home to a hunk.
So you don't agree a little bit on what he's saying?
I don't agree with
Don't you think,
anything he fucking said. Are you fucking kidding me?
don't you think
You're
that-
kidding.
don't-
No, actually, wait. What do you think about what he just said? Tell me, please.
Okay, I don't think that all women, but I think a lot.
Sorry.
Well, he looks angry. I think that a lot of women would rather have kids, stay home with the kids, and will be happier than a career. Not all, of course, not all. Like he's like a little bit extreme. That's why I put it on because I thought it was funny. But I think it's a little bit true that, like a lot of people will talk also about the gender pay gap. Is I said correct?
Yeah, pay gap.
Pay gap. And I think that's a lot to do with that. A lot of females probably choose eventually that they want to become a mom, so they want to stay home with the kids. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I don't say it's for all women, but don't you agree that that's with a lot of women the case, that they
No.
eventually choose that?
No.
And that a lot of guys choose to have a career because that's how they are. Because when you are a guy, you get learned like, if you want to have a good girl or female, you have to work hard. You have to do this. You have to get a nice car, a good house.
No.
So you disagree?
I wholeheartedly disagree.
So you think it's like...
That's a bunch of fucking bullshit that he just said. Because, fine. You know what? Let's go into your little bubble, right?
Yeah.
So, women are supposed to be the homemakers. Women are supposed to fucking carry your fucking kids, pop out these fucking crotch goblins that take up my fucking life, my vitality, and then I have to make sure that the house looks great, that your food is fucking hot, that the kids are taken care of, homework's done, they are going to all the things that they need to do, and okay, fine, yeah, that's a job in itself.
Yeah.
What the fuck is with all these guys these days then?
What do you mean with all these guys these days?
Bringing nothing.
What do
Build
you-
me a fucking house. You want to go back to the 60s? Build me a fucking house. Build me a fucking car. Build the whole fucking...
The guys didn't build the car. They just bought-
I want everything. If
Yeah.
relationships are supposed to be a two-way street. So if I'm supposed to be staying home and doing all this fucking bullshit, which some women, of course, I can't speak for every woman out there. There are some women out there who are happy with that. Being the homemaker, doing all that stuff. And I'm not going to be like they're wrong or they're stupid or whatever. No, if that's something that you want to do, props to you and, you know, being the homemaker and building the home. But then what about the other side of it? You're supposed to be paying all the bills. You're supposed to be able to provide. You're supposed to be able to do all of these things monetarily. But that's also, we're getting off track.
It isn't
In
that
general,
what
on-
most guys do.
We're getting, hell no. We're
no.
getting off, it's 2022. No. But we're getting off track on, I'm digressing. He's full of shit. And I can tell you why he's full of shit. Because first of all, we're going to just talk about me in general. I am 24 years old. And I am a chef by trade. And I work in peak season. I'm working 10, 12-hour days. And I do a damn good job at what I do. I work hard. And I love what I do. I love to cook. I went to culinary school. I graduated. And I'm pretty independent.
Yeah.
I'm independent. And I love what I do. I would not rather I'd go crazy sitting at home. Most women don't want to fucking do that.
So you would always be able to work.
Yeah. Why wouldn't I be able to work?
I don't know.
I mean, if I lose a limb,
would want to be able. That's what you meant.
Yes, I would want to be able to work because at the end of the day, I want to be able to provide for myself. I am not a leech. I don't want to depend on anybody else because throughout my life, a lot of people have let me down.
So, but now you're talking about yourself.
But okay, fine.
But do you think
let's not talk? I'm done talking about myself.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with talking about yourself. But I mean, if you talk about that about yourself, do you think that counts for 90%? Don't you think that a lot of them don't think like that?
Not the majority of us. No, I would not say that the majority of women are openly okay with being paid less when I probably do twice the work and probably even a better job than my male fucking counterpart.
Yeah,
no, that is not okay. Just because I'm a female doesn't mean that I should be paid less.
So
and then when we speak up about it,
do you have the feeling that you get that they pay you less
now
than other colleagues in the same that have the same job function as you?
I work for a company, so I already know what everyone else
probably
gets
don't
paid.
Tell the company.
No, I work for a company.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say who I work for because then I could probably get in trouble for it.
Fired for a podcast.
And it's not on I don't post anything about my job ever, so I don't think that they would come after me for this. But I do work for a company. And the company that I do work for, I'm higher up in the company, you'd say. So I know what everybody makes, basically.
So do you make less?
So it's the same. No, we all get paid. And I already asked. We all get paid the same.
So there's no pay gap.
There's no pay gap for me, but I know there's pay gap for other people, and I will speak out for them.
So probably done in the most places, and on paper they say there's a pay gap, but it probably isn't there because a lot of females just
that's
decide
why we
to
talk
stay with
about
the children. So because if they say there's a pay gap, where do they get that from?
Private institutions.
So
private places that don't have, for instance, I have HR. La-di-da-di-da.
Yeah,
and I'm even talking, and the thing is, this is a problem in the culinary industry.
So isn't it
this is a problem.
Maybe it's like that a lot of females don't want to do high positions because they just want to be clothes designers and do different stuff. And the jobs females choose to do, being a hairstylist or something, is just a lesser paid job. And that's why that it looks like there's a pay gap, but it really isn't.
No, we're talking about the aspect of at that job.
When they say there's a pay gap,
I'm getting paid less because I'm a female.
Yeah, but when they say talk about the pay gap, just look who earns more, and the guys earn more because there are more guys in high positions. Because
no, this is not what we're talking. We're not talking about the pay gap. Is not talking about I'm in a lower position, so I get paid less. It's more of we are in the same position. And I'm getting paid $10,000 less than you, and we do the same exact fucking thing. But no, he's a man, he's doing a great job. She's a female coming on. I'm gonna lowball her and pay her less. No, that is what the fucking problem is. If I am working somewhere and I have a male counterpart and we have the same exact job and we're not getting paid the same, or if he's getting paid more and we're doing the same exact position, same exact job requirements, that is the problem that we're talking about.
But you have no proof that it is really there.
It is there though. What do you mean there's no, it's there though. And especially zeroing in on the culinary industry, when we have private restaurants, private institutions, I'm not talking about the hotels, those private places, I've seen it. It's literally happened to me too, where I was paid less than my male counterparts because I was a female. And these are the people, there is no HR, there's literally just the owner, and this is your job, this is it, da-da-da. And then it's also just having that conversation with your counterparts on how much do you make? That's not illegal to ask.
Maybe that also happen, maybe it's not only females, maybe if you have two guys, that some guys who do the same job, that still the other guy get paid less than the other one, even though they should do the exact same thing. Maybe it doesn't have to do with gender, maybe it's just that's I like you more, so you get more, even though you do the same thing.
It's not.
I mean, no, you don't think?
No, I don't. But anyway, So
like if women had the same aspirations, and I don't talk for all, but most, why are there so many men who are running to be president of America? There are not a lot of females who did it, more guys. Why is that?
Okay, but it's so much when it comes to just politics. It
doesn't matter. It's a job.
Okay, but
I just call the biggest
voting.
job.
There's all this voting and the.
Yeah, but I mean about running. There were. If you look in history, there are more guys who tried to run for president. They didn't became it than females. So does that mean that there are more guys who just aim for high positions or want the highest position because they maybe have the arrogance or the,
No.
Was then, if that's not the case, then wouldn't that be the same amount that or closer to each other, that a lot of females wanted to be president, except for almost only guys?
But then you gotta also just think about the United States and
because if
how
you look into politics, yes,
females,
we have women, but
we
way
have
more
a
men.
huge track. Okay, so we have just a huge track record on just treatment in general and how I guess the old heads, the old ass fucking people, and how that stupid ass fucking rhetoric that women don't have the aspirations or at the same time it's one of those, I don't want a woman in office. I don't want.
But they wanted Hillary Clinton super bad in office. They didn't make it, but they wanted it. They chose her over Bernie Sanders. So I think that if there's a strong female standing up, that they would probably push the female more than the man, because they probably really want a first female president.
But you gotta
so
look at. But you gotta look. No, but you gotta look at.
Don't you think that females now would even have an advantage over men because they want a female president so bad?
No.
I wouldn't be surprised if by the next election they're gonna try to push a female super hard because we need to get the first female president. Just like the people were super happy that they first had finally a black president. Or maybe they do this. Maybe they really want a transgender president because that's the new thing. So we're gonna push it even more. And that person probably has more of an advantage because it fits the bill.
So, okay.
Yeah, I know.
We're going. Yeah.
This is the last topic.
We gotta unpack that. So, going way back. We're gonna go way back.
I think it was a good place we got to.
No, I'm talking about just American history. Going way back, we had, I don't know. We can say the founding fathers and all them old fucking people. It was the white man, right? Yeah. And he owned his land, blah, blah, blah. And then it was the white woman. But at the same time, she couldn't have any rights. Baby girl couldn't vote. She was freaking couldn't have bank account, couldn't do all that shit.
So that's why feminism.
This is that. No, not even. That rhetoric has fucking always trickled down through our politics and through just our livelihood, and it's really fucked up.
But so that females couldn't vote, right, and stuff.
Oh yeah.
But think about it, maybe because you're not gonna like this, by the way. But yes, they couldn't vote, and you could say, yeah, that's unfair, because everybody should be able to vote. But on the other hand, the guys had to go to the army. They were sent to the army, not the females, the guys, and they were young.
Oh yeah, so the draft and
all
that
the
shit?
dangerous jobs back then, mostly still now, but back then especially, were always done by guys, not by females.
Women were considered so inferior. That's the only reason why they had the draft of only men, because women were considered so inferior that they are so fragile, they are so fucking weak that I will not send a woman to fight for my country because she will die.
Yeah, but
so that is literally the rhetoric that was at that time. The only reason men were drafted women weren't able to vote. Women weren't taken fucking seriously. They were the homemakers, and
but
they
at
needed
least
to.
didn't have to risk their lives or do the dangerous jobs, because the guys were the ones who had to do the dangerous jobs. If you think about the Titanic, and that was true. Or no, think about when there's a building on fire. Do you know what they're gonna say? Save the women first, save the children, and then the men. So the men are always screwed. So
Save the women, because the women
and the
can save the women. I think was basically for the population. Save the children so that they're innocent, they're fucking kids.
So why not?
But at the end of the day, I feel like we're gonna circle back, because you're not understanding the aspect that women were considered basically a man's property. And I'm talking about just back then, and like with white women. Like, white women were basically a man's property. They couldn't vote. We're not even down to just black people. We're not even there yet.
Are they gonna go?
We're not even there yet.
Because we're not gonna make the podcast any super long, so I have to.
But okay, fine. But that's for the next time I'm here. But in that aspect, back then, women were, her husband's property, and women were inferior, and women couldn't do this.
Yeah, but they didn't really
women
say
were
that was the property, even though probably it looked like that.
But that's based, because the thing is, outside of her husband, she had nothing.
Oh,
you have to be mindful of that. She could not she couldn't own any land. She could not do the things that she to sustain herself outside of her husband.
Yeah, that was probably that was unfair. And yes,
so
in that sense,
circling back, the reason why women weren't going out there was because women were considered inferior. They were the property. They were the homemakers.
But that's a long time ago.
Those men had to come. I'm just trying to unpack that the reason why that's why that didn't happen. Why women weren't going off to war.
So but you have a point. But think about this. So after that point, when females got their rights, that eventually happened, and that has to do with feminism too and stuff. But eventually females got the rights. So then you would have probably also must have seen a spike. You saw a spike probably in females in different positions. But did you then see after that way more females trying to become president? I don't think so. No, why not?
Because women were regardless.
So I mean, when they
it's the rhetoric. It's that rhetoric that women are weak. That women are supposed to stay in the fucking house. That women. It's that rhetoric that women aren't even being taken. And I'm talking about that time period. Women were not.
Just when it was over.
Just when it was over, women were still not considered equals. Women could not do what a man could do. Women could not do these things.
So, but eventually when females were able to, more women tried to become president.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, how many?
Are we talking about, where are we?
Okay, what I'm saying is
time.
This. We started this conversation that I said that there were way more guys trying to become president than females.
Of the United States.
Yes. I know it's ridiculous, but it was the analogy. So, and then you went back to the time because a lot of females couldn't do stuff and were...
That shit is literally...
But what I'm saying is, when it eventually was over, so after that was over, there must, so in what you're saying, more female trying to become president. Is that the case? Did way more females had the aspiration or the motivation to try to become the president? I don't see a lot. I still see more guys trying to get that position. So that's why I'm saying that most guys are probably more motivated for that type of positions than females. So is that really...
Well, okay, fine.
That females have less chances or that guys have just more...
No, but we need to unpack this more. Because then we have... Let's look at just from states on how governors and female-led states, right? We do have our female governors and things of that nature.
So
but
they're
then
motivated enough to become. That's good.
But that's my thing about it. Politics is politics.
Okay.
At the end of the day. So when we start getting into
But I think now in politics, people would be in favor of a female.
No.
I feel
now in politics, people would not be in favor.
I wouldn't be surprised if
a female,
if there's
because
gonna
you got
be,
all the fucking boomers, all the fucking old heads who are still living in the fucking 1960s, where I need to shut up. I'm too ghetto. and the thing is like when it comes to just the tier, I'm at the bottom of the fucking barrel because I'm black and I'm a woman. But at the end of the day, it's trickling down to just women in general are inferior, and that's like, especially when you see everyone in our fucking Congress.
I don't think that's still the case.
That's still the case.
I think now people would be so happy, especially left, to have a female president. Not even if she's better, just for the picture. But to say, look how progressive we are. We have the first female president. Look how good we are. I think that's going to be... I wouldn't be surprised if the new elections come, because Biden is never going to make it.
Make it how? Like he's going to die, or...
He's not even going to finish his term.
He's not going to finish his term.
No, I don't think he's going to finish his term. I think he's too demented. So there will be re-election. And I think I wouldn't be surprised when the new elections come that there's going to be a female running. And I think that she's going to get a lot of backing. And I think from the left. And I think she's going to have a lot of backing because it looks good.
But at the same time, it's also, that's the reason why, like,
that's why I can
get what you're saying. I can get what you're saying about that, only because, like, hey, we've got our little, your little golden ticket, your little, like, hey, we're progressive. This is what we're doing. But, and I don't necessarily think that is right, because at the same time, it's always, what are you bringing to the table, and what can you do to, make us as Americans have a more decent life, and just in general, and that's just in general. So I can agree with you on that aspect, where like the left be kind of doing that. But when we get back to the conversation about just women in higher, I guess, positions of power, would say, it's we do start getting into that
higher echelon.
That I don't know. To me, it's always getting back to that rhetoric on, I speak up and I speak out, and then she's a woman. I don't really think she knows what she's talking about, etc., etc. And I feel like, especially in the United States, the people in power are in like the 70s age bracket,
Yes.
And the things,
that's too old.
And the thing is,
that's
it's
crazy.
also the things that they've seen. Some of these people have seen, I don't know, just how life used to be and how life should not have been, and are still holding on to that rhetoric. Mm-hmm. And that rhetoric is still in our government. And, it's women are the homemakers. Women shouldn't be in politics.
That
women
is not
need to
really
shut up.
true. Is that
women? That's
a lot of people want to go back to that, but I don't believe that it's the case right now. In most, I think, I think that changed. I also don't really believe that we need feminists right now. I think it's pretty equal at the moment.
I don't think it's equal at all.
I think people are pushing too many stuff, and
no, I feel like as women, we need to we speak up, and we talk about the things that are wrong. We talk about just
I've even the feeling that they're attacking guys way more. I've the feeling that the guys are getting attacked. Look at the Gillette commercial. Like nowadays they're attacking guys, like especially white guys, like, you're bad, you're all predators, you're all rapists, you're all using women. That's all the more and more I'm starting to see that. And look at the Gillette commercial. That commercial was like an attack on guys.
How was the Gillette commercial attack on guys?
The best a man can get. Like a guy was just normal trying to talk to a female, and another guy, whoa, not good. Or boys a little bit fighting. So yeah, there.
Wait, are you talking about? I think, isn't that commercial where like it's like these kids, and then this kid keeps on like picking on this girl or something, and then they're like, oh, it's fine. I think I kind of know the commercial you're talking about.
Yeah, it was a super long one.
It was like a really long one, and it was like parents in
That
it.
commercial was an attack on guys.
How was it an attack on guys?
It was ridiculous. Like, all guys were bad. That's how it looked. That's
How
not
is it
true.
an attack on guys? I feel
It
like
was
it's
like
just,
how
it's bringing
that
a
commercial
no. It should
showed
be
that 95 of the guys or 90% of the guys are idiots.
no. But the thing
assholes.
is, let's bring that commercial into perspective. It's bringing awareness that we need to teach our young boys. We need to teach our young boys what is wrong, what is right. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we gotta bring it up because I'm pretty sure that Gillette commercial, is like.
Okay.
I don't think that's it.
Annoying as fuck. I don't want it. Oh, it is here.
The Me Too movement against sexual harassment.
Masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get?
This is the last part of the podcast, by the way. You know,
Yeah,
after we're gonna
there.
shut it down.
We're getting there.
We can't hide from it.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
I'm never gonna buy Gillette again.
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
Yeah, no, boys will no.
But something finally
So they
changed.
did.
Something needs to fucking change.
She's horrible. No, this commercial is fake.
No, it's not.
This is such a
No,
horrible
no going
propaganda to attack.
No, it's not horrible
men.
propaganda.
It is.
We believe in the best.
We
in
believe in the best in men.
Yeah, they
Men
believe.
accountable. It's called.
They believe in men who act like
to
females.
say the right thing. To act the right way.
This is a horrible commercial. Look! He didn't do anything wrong. He just wanted to talk to a female. What's he doing wrong?
In ways big and small.
Look, there's nothing wrong with
But
that. They were
some
just
is not
play
enough.
fighting.
It's not how we treat each other, okay?
See, that was ridiculous. That guy was not a man.
the boys
That was not a man.
You're so no. We'll be no.
Be the men.
You're kidding me. You're kidding. How is this commercial a problem? How?
This commercial shows all guys are bad.
No, it's not
All
saying.
guys are
Did
horrible.
Gillette say that all men are bad? No. Gillette did not say all men are bad. It shows
Men
that
don't
we
have to
need
change.
to raise our boys to
They
show.
say that men are bad. We need to change, and we don't.
No.
Men don't need to change.
No, we need to raise our boys right. We need to raise our boys to have accountability. We need to raise our boys to
I'm so
respect.
disagreeing with
No, and it's just it doesn't even have to be women in general. It's just respecting each other, and no. We need to raise our boys.
There's nothing wrong
to-
with guys. The guys and the boys are all good.
No. Boys will be boys is not an
There's
excuse.
nothing wrong with that.
to
For what?
just
For what?
let
For
them
that they
do
fight together a little
whatever.
bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Play fighting. That's normal. Kids are supposed to do that.
Yeah, though, but then, like, if kids... What about the little bullying section? That kid was getting fucking beat the shit out of. If you see something, it's holding our boys accountable to
Like,
not
if you
do
see
to not do whatever they
if,
think that they want to do.
yeah, but
they can't just walk up to and fucking catcall women and things of that nature. No, it is
But
not
the
okay.
guy wasn't even catcalling. He just wanted to talk. He didn't even get a chance. So the world is like this. A guy is supposed to walk up to the female if he wants to get their attention. And you cannot like expect immediately that these have mean and bad thoughts.
So wait, we're gonna rewind that. So you're saying that if a man, I'm not saying that men can't approach women.
That's what it looked like because he didn't do anything weird.
No, I'm not
And
saying that.
a
It's
small
the
party
aspect.
just walked and the
of
guy,
it-
whoa,
No.
don't walk to a female. You cannot do that.
It's the aspect of men not understanding no.
Guys understand no.
No, that's bullshit.
90% of the guys understand
That
no.
is such
You have a
bullshit.
small group,
That
and
is
now they
bullshit.
act like all
no,
guys are
that
bad.
is no. That is bullshit because there are so many men out there that do not understand the aspect of no. There are so many men out there that are killing women, shooting women, murdering women just because that they said no.
There are more guys getting murdered than females, by the way. So
No, I'm talking about this right now. We're not going to just fucking fluff over any...
Not
No,
fluffing
we're
over
talking
anything.
about this right now. That men don't understand the aspect of no, and that they get into their feelings and they throw a fucking temper tantrum, beat the shit out of women, kill fucking women, just because I don't want to give you my number. Or just because I don't want to talk to you.
That's almost nobody. A few guys, but not a lot. It's like just like a few women who are crazy. But 90% of the guys are just good guys. Of course, you have some bad guys in the world, but most guys are decent. And because you have a few rotten apples, does it make all guys bad? Do you think this commercial, the guys who are bad, a commercial like this is never going to make the bad guys the good guys? This commercial only attacks all guys.
No, it's not attacking all guys.
A commercial like
it's
this
more of that commercial is pinpointing the aspect that we need to do better in raising our sons.
I think this commercial shows
that we need to do better, because you're acting
guys are under attack and we shouldn't buy Gillette.
Guys are not under attack. You need to pack in that fragile fucking masculinity because men are not being attacked. It's literally a message saying that we need to teach our sons that, you know, this is right, this is wrong, and that you will get your feelings hurt sometimes, so that doesn't give you the right to harm anyone else. And in that commercial, did it say, oh, all men are horrible? No.
Yes.
And then the thing is, you see other boys and other men
it's like
saying,
all
hey,
guys
this
need
isn't
to do
cool.
better.
No, you're generalizing. But in that commercial, it was like,
that's what
hey,
the commercial showed.
These people, no, there are other men getting in the middle saying, hey, this is not what we do. Hey, are you all right?
And you know what's funny about it? All those guys in the commercial that are good are guys that are almost females. That's also horrible about it. So that shows the left agenda to make guys
this
less
is not
guys.
No, we're not putting politics into this commercial.
This is politics. This commercial is politics.
No, this is not. Yo, you're fucking generalizing right now because there was no fucking liberal left right.
This is politics.
This was by the Republic.
No, this is
not politics. This is literally just saying a message on how we as adults and we as the people who have offspring need to teach, especially our boys, know that better.
Not especially. They need to teach boys and they need to teach girls. There's nothing especially about it. Girls and boys are just as good, just as bad.
No.
By the way, I have a question.
Oh,
before we finish it up, I have a question. Let's now. So, did you hear about M&Ms?
No. What about M&Ms?
Oh, but the M&Ms are gonna like change how they act. Like the girl is gonna be less girly. Some guy is gonna be less guy. They're gonna change it up to make it more.
What, inclusive?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
so.
What does that have to do with you?
Is that politics?
Why would that be? Why would that be politics?
Because it's, I think all those gender stuff, all those equality.
I think that's just inclusion.
I think that's politics. I think they
don't
mean it.
They're gonna have like a non-binary M&M.
How
is that political?
Like that.
I don't see that as being political.
Yeah, I don't think it's genuine. I
just
think
that's
they
just
play.
Inclusion.
I think it's not genuine. I think they use it to marketing.
So the M&Ms are marketing a political agenda.
Yes, they don't care for it. They market it. Just like Gillette. Gillette think, oh, this is a big market. We're going to use it. If this was not the way the world was going, the big brands wouldn't do it.
I don't think that's
I think when a politician, politician's gonna choose for a female president, if they're gonna do it, it's not really that they really care about when they push it. They just know this is the thing now, so we're gonna push this thing. Just like a big brand pushes something.
I don't think it's political. I just think it's inclusion.
Like
that
Nike
it's representation.
If Nike now decides to make like a rainbow flag Jordan, it's not really to be exclusive. It's just to use it to sell their shoe because they want to make money.
Opening up their market. That's
it's not genuine. That's
why
what I'm
is
saying.
It political?
It's not genuine.
I don't think
it's political.
I don't think it's political.
Political and money is one thing. Political and money is the same thing if you think about it, because everything in politics is
human
about
decency.
Money. That's true. Okay, I think this is the perfect time to wrap it up. What's the last thing? You can have the last word, and then
last word. You're full of shit.
I don't know what. Okay, that's a good last word.
So full of shit.
Okay. Before I do the outro song, Everybody go in the description because you can like get a hoodie from the Reset. You can like a beautiful MaveCast hoodie. God damn! Look at
cozy.
this. It even says the nonsense. The nonsense, the ridiculous stuff I always say in the intro of my podcast. And after saying that, I think we can bring in the outro. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, you can press the button.
What's the button? Where's
This
the button?
one.
That one?
You can press it.
That one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, press it again.
Press it. That one? That
Yeah.
one?
No, five.
That one?
Yeah. No, this is good. You had the good button in the beginning.
That one?
Yes.
There you
Sometimes it doesn't work immediately.
Obviously.
Then you have to press
you
it.
can see that. Doesn't work. Technical difficulties.
Sometimes you have to press it like 10 times.
podcast van Nederland.
Check mijn album. Luister die shit. Check mijn album. Luister die shit. Check mijn album. Luister die shit. Want het is allemaal fucking geweldig.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Peace.